Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Moving on to the next topic, and here we'll look at traditional notion of development or the traditional idea of development. What traditionally was thought to be development. Okay, so the traditional idea of development, it implies development in the conventional sense, the most popular sense, what is acceptable. Okay, so in the conventional or the traditional sense of development, that indicates the rise in per capita income. So traditionally it was understood, or it is understood, that if the per capita income of a country increases, that means that country develops or is developed. If the per capita income decreases, then that country is not developed or underdeveloped. Okay, so the increase in per capita income means growth in the economy, growth in the economic development. Okay, so the national income and the per capita income, we already learned about the national income, right? The income of all the residents in a country, and per capita income, these become two major indicators, two major factors which determine the economic development of any country. Okay, and the economic development, thus the economic development that a country sees, this economic development depends upon the national income and per capita income. Okay, so these are the two important factors that determines the economy of a country, and that also influences the economic development of a country. I know you must be wondering, we do not know what per capita income means. We'll go on to it step by step. First, we'll look at national income. Okay, so what is national income? National income is the money value of all final goods and services produced in a country, plus in addition to the income that come from abroad during one particular year or one financial year. Okay, so that is national income, the money value which is added to all the final goods and services produced in a country, in one particular country, in one particular year, in addition to the income which comes from abroad. So basically it means that national income is the result, the final result of all economic activities that take place in a country in 1 year. Okay, and apart from that, it also means the income that comes from abroad into that country. Okay, so the economic development is measured by looking at the national income of a country. If there is an increase in the national income, so there is an increase in the economic development as well. The economy of the country is developed. That is what the national income indicates. But we cannot take that lightly, okay? Because just by the increase in the money value of goods and services, that does not mean that the economic development of a country has taken place. Okay, because the increase in the value of final goods and services can be caused by the increase in the prices of the goods and services. It can also be because of the increase in physical output of the goods and services, the production, because of the production of the goods and services as well. Okay, so we cannot just say that with the increase in the national income there is an economic development. Okay, so what we understand is that the changes in the price level of the goods and services affect the value of the national income. It affects the money value added to the goods and services. Okay, So for us it becomes very important to distinguish, to differentiate between national income at current price and national income at constant price. So the current price is the price at the moment and constant price is the average price. Okay. So this means that the national income, when it is calculated, it can be calculated or measured both at the current prices and at the constant prices. These are the two things by which we can measure the national income. So what is national income at current prices? Okay. When the final goods and services produced in a year are valued at current prices, then that is called national income at current prices. Okay. Current prices means the market prices of that particular year, the prices which are in the market, going on in the market, okay, at the particular year. So for the national income at current prices, the physical volume or the quantity of the output, the quantity of the production during one particular year is very important. That will lead, or that will cause to the current prices of the goods, and with that we can understand the national income at current prices. Okay. But the prices prevailing in the year are also equally important. That means you look at the current prices, the price at the moment, but at the same time you also need to look at the prices prevailing that is going on throughout that year. Okay, there may be some differences from 5 rupees to 7 rupees. Even though the current price is 5 rupees, but few months ago it was 7 rupees. This pen was 7 rupees. So that needs to also be considered. Not only the current price, but the prices that prevails in that particular year. Okay. Now, national income at current prices is also called nominal national income. Okay. This nominal national income, or the national income at current prices, it measures the value of currently produced goods and service at current prices. So the current prices is very important. Okay. When the overall price level changes, when there is difference in the prices, okay, and when there is a difference in the quantity of the output of the goods and services, then the national or nominal national income changes. And when there is a change in both the overall prices of the goods and also the volume, the quantity of the production of the goods at the same time, then also the nominal national income changes. Okay, so what you can see is the nominal national income depends or is influenced by the prices, current prices, and also the current production of goods and services. Now we know that national income can also be measured at constant prices. We looked at the current prices, now we'll look at the constant prices. Now the national income which is measured at constant prices is called real national income. Real national income. The one at current prices is called nominal national income, and the national income at constant prices is called real national income. Here the money value of final output, of final quantity, production of goods and services is expressed in terms of prices prevailing in the base year. So here in the real national income, the prices that prevails throughout the year is taken into consideration. Okay, the real national income, it is considered to be the true index of economic development. So when we have to see the nominal national income and the real national income, we know that both are part of the national income, and national income is one of the indicator to understand the development or economic development of a country. But if we look at nominal national income and real national income, out of the two, the real national income is the true or considered to be the true index or true indicator of economic development of a country. Okay, so the next indicator is per capita income. Okay, so in the beginning of this topic we said there are two indicators. One is national income, we have completed that. Now the next is per capita income. So what is per capita income? Per capita income is national income of a country divided by its total population. Okay, so the national income which we just learned, if we divide that by the total population of a country, then we get per capita income. Okay, it is also called average national income per head of the population. So the average income per head, the average income of each individual in a country in a year, that is called the per capita income. So we can also say simply like per capita income equals to national income divided by total population. So that basically gives us per capita income. Now we said that how in order to see the development of a country, national income plays an important role as one of the important indicators. But when we look at the countries by comparing them, national income is not so useful. Okay, it can be sometimes it can give us wrong information or wrong results. Okay, because countries have different population. Okay, and different population have their different earnings. So then when we compare the national income, then we go on to see the earnings of the average person. Okay, when there is different population, then their earnings also differs. Okay, so the size of the national income of the country, it cannot be considered as the good measure, as a good tool to measure the economic growth of a country. So national income cannot be one of reliable tool to get or understand the economic development of a country. Okay, and especially it cannot be used when the growth of the population is more than the growth of real national income. If the population keeps on growing but the income does not, how do we understand the national, how do we get the correct calculation for the national income? We do not. Alright, so that is why per capita income is the better indicator of the economic growth of any country. When we look at per capita income, then we get a better idea of how developed or underdeveloped the country is, just by looking at the per capita income as the indicator of the development. Okay, so when we look at any country and we see that their per capita income keeps on continuously growing, then we can see that automatically leads to improvement in the living standard of people. So increase in per capita income, there is an increase or improvement in the living standard of the people. Okay, now just like the national income, per capita income can also be calculated both at current prices as well as constant prices. Okay, so for per capita income at current prices, in order to get an idea, we have to divide national income at current prices by the total population. Okay, and for capita income at constant prices, we have to divide national income at constant prices by the total population of the country. Okay, now the World Development Reports are brought out, by which we can see the development of different countries, economic development of different countries. Now the World Development Reports are brought out by the World Bank, the organization which is responsible for examining the economic development of all the countries in the world. Okay. Now, in order to bring this report by which we can understand which country is developed and which country is underdeveloped, the World Bank uses per capita income as a very important criteria, one of the criteria to classify the countries according to their respective developments. Okay. So the report that was brought out in 2013, there the World Bank said that the rich countries are those countries which have per capita income of US dollars 12,736 per annum and above. So if a country has per capita income of this amount of money per annum or above, then that country is a rich country. Okay. And if the country has per capita income of US dollars 1045 or less, then that country is a low income country, okay, or not so rich, okay, or poor country. Now India falls in the low middle income country. It does not fall in the category of rich country or high income country. It does not fall in the low income country, but it falls in the low middle income countries. Okay, and its per capita income in 2013 was US dollar 1,570 per annum. So the countries, according to these reports, the countries which have high income, high annual income, they are rich countries, and the countries that are rich, they are developed countries. And the countries which have low income or low middle income, they are not rich countries, and hence they are not developed countries, but rather they are underdeveloped countries. Alright.